Plenty of moves made in 2019 before the season started. So let's look back now that the regular season is over. Were they right? Let's start with Odell Beckham Jr. Traded from the Giants to the Cleveland Browns. Chris Simms, were the Giants right to trade OBJ?
Well, I mean, I don't know where to even start with this. I mean, because from their perspective, yes, they were. From my perspective, no. No, I mean, I think they had enough, just of Odell Beckham Jr. I think there was some scare, they were a little scared that he might pull somewhat of Antonio Brown type tactic and force his way out of town. I think there was that issue. Of course, the Josina Anderson interview with Lil Wayne. I mean, come on, the Giants are one of the Giants, the Maras, the Tishes. They're old traditional families there. They don't want to see that type of stuff. So I think they had enough, but when I think about this, I go, ooh, Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, and Odell Beckham Jr., if they were going into this next year, I would say watch out Giants. So, I guess if you're making me say yes or no, I'm going to say were the Giants right to trade OBJ? No, they weren't. They weren't. They had a special receiver, and I think they could have helped their number 6 pick out in the draft a lot if he had him to throw to this past year.
I think they weren't right to trade him after they signed him. I think that they screwed it up
that's a good point,
giving him $20 million. And remember, Dave Gettleman, the GM of the team, said last year we didn't sign him to trade him.
I
just think they got to the point where they did get scared, but they knew everything that they knew when they traded him. They knew all of that stuff when they signed him, and that's when they should have traded him. That's when maybe they could have even gotten more than they got when they traded him. They picked up Dexter.
This. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean. I just wondered this with Odell. Like, would it have been different if they would have told him they were going to take a quarterback in the draft or do something like that? Maybe were his frustrations with Eli Manning and lack of aggressiveness and lack of wanting to stand in the pocket and make throws down the field, was that his frustration too? And would it have changed if they kind of gave him a little inkling to go, hey, we're going to draft a quarterback at 6 this year? I'm just wondering.
And look at his frustration in Cleveland. If they bring in a guy like Josh McDaniels, that frustration potentially goes away because all of a sudden it's a lot like the Patriots. So let's power through these others.
Sorry.
Were the Patriots right to trade for Mohamed Sanu?
Well, yes, they needed it. Did it work out the way they envisioned? No, it has not. Mohamed Sanu, there's a reason the Atlanta Falcons took Calvin Ridley in the first round of the draft 2 years ago. It's because Mohamed Sanu is 30 years old. He's getting at that age where wide receivers start to lose a gear, and that was a guy that was not incredibly fast already. So, yes, they were right to trade for him because they needed it. They needed this player, and they felt like they were a Super Bowl caliber team. Has he delivered the way they wanted him to? No, he has not.
I agree with you there. I mean, they had the need. He hasn't been Emmanuel Sanders.
No, definitely not.
He has been for the 49ers, but still, it's better than what they had.
Right.
How about this one? Were the Dolphins right to trade for Josh Rosen? I say yes. You tell me what you think.
I think yes too. I mean, what was the big risk there? It was a little risk with a huge possible reward, right? Like, oh, okay. What did they end up? What did they trade for him? I can't even remember for it now.
Well, it was the second round pick, and it was
what?
And it was $6 million over 3 years. That
right.
is a very affordable backup quarterback contract in today's NFL.
Yes.
You get a chance to evaluate him, see if he's going to be your guy. Franchise quarterbacks are so few and far between. You get a chance to evaluate a guy, you do it. And you evaluated him, and it's not him.
But
that doesn't mean you were wrong to do it.
I'm with you.
I wish we disagreed on that. I thought I'd put you in a box.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.